shame. I won't give in to outer place. To say that I was wrong. Let's say that I was wrong. I'm playing game. We've been here. I won't be leaving it.
Hey, I'm Josh.
I'm Stefan,
I'm Jason.
and we are in a band called Considered Birds, and we are here to talk about the song Burden, which is track 2 of our new EP, Dear World. In the last video we talked about the offer, which is the offer of sin. It kind of sets the stage for this whole narrative that we're telling through the EP. And Burden picks up right where the offer left off, where you're sitting at a piano and you're basically going to sing about your problems. And once again, it starts in a room. It's got this weird, like, playful cabaret piano part to it, and it jumps kind of into your face after a couple measures of it, and it's like suddenly like this big reality to you. It's got this weird, like, tormenting sort of like feel to it, like this playful tormenting.
Very mocking.
Like our keyboard player Skylar, who couldn't be with us right now. Yeah, God rest his soul.
He's not dead.
He's working.
He's like at work. Yeah.
That's
He's gonna pay rent.
It's basically the same. But he always talks about how this song is on. It sounds like you've got this like little devil on your shoulder, and you're always trying to catch it, and it like always disappears and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's got a really weird sort of feel. There's definitely a little bit of like cabaret Deer Hunter influence in there.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about the lyrics.
And you mentioned Rent. I feel like a lot of Rent influence. It's a joke, but
Although I do like Rent, by the way. I'm a musical guy to a certain extent. Sorry.
We in no way support the musical Rent.
I don't support the themes in Rent.
or we don't support it. We don't support it or don't not.
We don't really care.
Dependent upon your persuasion of this.
Whatever your persuasion is, that's ours.
Do you
We've
like
become
Rent?
all things to all men.
I've seen Rent. I've seen it 525.
Well, you're married.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
It was with my wife. Anyway, this is one of my favorite songs. For what I get to do with the vocals, this is one of my favorite opportunities. It was one of the funner songs, more fun songs to write to. I enjoyed
This is our lyricist.
more funner. I enjoyed the opportunity to kind of accuse God is what we did.
Mm.
And
Yeah, you want to clear up some.
I want to
stuff.
This is why we're doing these videos. One of the main reasons is to really clear up, why did you say that? What is up with this lyric? Because it starts off, it says, I've worked, I've waited, and I don't want to make this about me, but maybe if a thing would go my way, it's me. It's all about getting my due. And it's a reflection of the first song, the offer of the kind of the lies that Satan has fed. And now it's kind of echoing some of these things that Satan has said and making them your own. And saying, I don't know, maybe I do deserve a little piece of the pie, if you will. It's a confusion, and it's like a mixing up of what life is all about. You know, we try to make it all about like getting the next best thing, or all these things that are not God, you know.
Yeah.
Whether it's more money, better job, or I don't know. It's not just about money, it's tons of things, the next fix or whatever. It's all about kind of feeding yourself, you know. And so that's what the main character at this point in this second song, that's kind of the main character's mindset. Is it's not a good mindset yet. Fourth song will be a good mindset. This is not a good mindset.
And in this one, because I mixed it and knowing the attitude of the character in each of these songs, in this song, if you listen to the vocals that Jason's doing, they're very dry. They're very in your face. They're very like, because it's the way I am when I'm confronting someone, which these guys have both been confronted by me and vice versa. They know I'm kind of like, I love you, but I'll still get in your face. And that's kind of the way these vocals are, and they were meant to be, is there's no reverb really added to them, so that they're really in the forefront and really like, well, come on, like this is, come on, what the crap? Like, why isn't this going exactly the way I want it to go? You know, and it's a combination of, well, that's the way I am sometimes, but we really wanted to portray this character as being an emotional person, because whether you admit it or not, all of us are emotional to a certain extent. You know, especially with God, whether it's positive or negative. I mean, you might be somebody watching this who's not a Christian and has no clue when you got this album that we were Christians. You know,
surprise.
But you know, everyone has a reaction to God, either positive or negative. So, I'm trying to portray some of that in this.
What else in this song? Anything else?
Well, there are a couple of fun little parts. There's the walking duck solo.
Yeah.
There is the walking duck.
This is this little like spanky Queen style solo after the first chorus, and
How do we phrase that?
it sounds like a walking duck, like it's kind of like waddling back and forth. Anyway,
I envision a friend of mine because he walks with his feet out like that.
oof, that's rough.
I love you, Zen.
Oh boy. Name and all.
A little inside joke. What was the first line for the chorus?
Let me walk this walk of shame. I won't give in to out of place to say that I was wrong. Let's say that I was wrong.
No, the first chorus. It's finally time.
Oh yeah, it's finally time. I thought you were giving a nod to the walk.
No. The first chorus.
It's finally time. I won't be made a fool of. I won't be second anymore to one. It's ironic because it says I won't be made a fool of, and these guys keep making fun of me specifically about this line of it's finally time, because I say it's finally time.
So he's not saying Spike Lee.
They
Even
think
though
it
it kind of
says,
sounds like he's saying Spike Lee. So just so you know,
"It's
there are no
fine."
Spike Lee references in this song. There were doves involved in making this album, but not on this song. So it progresses through the second verse, and he's just becoming the character's becoming agitated, and frustrated, and then after the second chorus, you have this descending piano part into this really like very lonely soundscape, which the lyrics you had there were very poignant.
What were they?
It was what is man?
That one. Okay.
Yes, that's the one.
Ah!
I wrote that.
Oh, okay. It says, "What is man to question your son? Can he understand? Can a man look into his soul? Is he alone in this barren land? Are we all?" That is kind of the only time where I can't really say. I don't think that is our main character. It's definitely not the devil. I'd say it's more this sort of like, not God, but like, kind of this like third party, I don't know who this character is.
It's like a narrator almost.
Yeah. That's the word. I write the lyrics. Did we having trouble grasping.
Well, but it's not even that. It's
words.
like the way that we write. Maybe we should explain that. The way that we write is we write the music, and then we literally like shove Jason in a room and let him go nuts, which is great in terms of we will loop sections of the song over and over and over and just let him write and sing. So sometimes stuff like this happens where it's very pertinent to the song and it's very pertinent to the overall scheme, but it isn't our main characters. You know, it isn't the normal cast of characters. It's somebody else, and we all are. I wouldn't say we're theatrical people,
But this EP is.
But this EP really is,
Very
and so I've toyed with actually putting that in the liner notes on the actual physical release.
We're not theatrical
like,
people, but the EP is.
No, like doing a cast of characters.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
you know, it's again, it's still pertinent to the song, and it's still important whether we know who this person is or not, or whether you know who this person is or not. It's the same concept in filmmaking of having, I guess a cameo is the wrong term, but basically a character who just kind of pops in, gives a little quip of wisdom, and then pops out the back door.
Usually it's Morgan Freeman.
This is our Morgan Freeman.
Okay, this is our Morgan Freeman.
And one of my favorite parts of this was asking Josh to try to make it sound like rocks.
That's literally what he told me when he listened to it while we were mixing.
Make
He
it
goes,
sound like rock.
Can you make it sound more like rocks? And I was like, what?
Is that a technical term?
I guess as soon as I said it, I didn't really know what I was saying.
Well, it worked in the end. I can't remember
what is I don't know what I was going. I don't know.
Rocks.
Like, you know how like rocks are like ancient and wise if they were personified at.
You're talking about like the Deku tree in Zelda.
Actually,
Zelda
I'm thinking the tree ants from.
I was just
Tolkien.
thinking ants, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Tree. I am no tree.
So anyway, back on point.
Right.
This point in the song is actually really interesting because it changes from this weird like theatrical sort of like cabaret circus theme into this more of a modern soundscape.
Yeah, very true.
And it changes from this playful kind of tormenting feel into this really like not necessarily heavy because heavy has like a angry sort of metal connotation to it, but
Not that we dislike metal.
No. But more of a very weighty feel to it, where it's like this burden that you're dealing with is now really sitting on your chest, and it's really weighing on you, which then brings us into
Dude, it's all out classic rock.
it really is.
Like, I love this like the instrumentation on this song. It's like it reminds me of Kiss is what I was saying. That do 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 do.
He's talking about the Running Man.
That's actually true. Yeah, that's what we call that part of the song.
Yeah.
In fact, every time it comes on, I do this.
No.
And it reminds me of like Pink Floyd The Wall.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like the actual show. Like it reminds me of like the whole like zooming in and out of that like character who's like being like, ooh, he's being like boxed in by the wall.
Oh, and so the part it changes into the Running Man where it's like and this is a interesting musical change because while we were writing this, theatrically, like the picture that I had in my brain as we were all writing this, was that this burden is now like you see it. It's almost like a giant wall. That's what it sounds like to me. Is like that you're coming up against a brick wall that you can't climb over. And so this burden is no longer just something that like you carry around, but it's an insurmountable obstacle. And then it goes into the solo, and there's a part in the solo where the guitars are double. It goes boo doom boo doo boo doo boo doom. That's actually the melody from the second verse, which I thought was pertinent. You know, like let's say that I was wrong. Let's say that I'm basically like the one to blame. Like really like reinforcing that you're really thinking like I'm a mess and I can't get out of this.
Yeah.
I appreciated when you laid that down. Those good times.
It was a really good melody you wrote.
I know.
God don't strike us.
That's our song. That's our song, Burden.
Yeah.
Just like we said in the other video, we would love for you to interact with us. You can email us or get in touch with us on Facebook or Twitter. You'll see those links in the video below or whatever. Oh, don't do that because now I'm gonna actually like, put it there.
Just don't.
But anyway, we would love to talk with you.
Oh, yeah. So thanks for watching our videos, and go ahead and go watch the other videos. If you haven't watched the first video, sit down and watch that. And thanks for listening to our music.
Take care.
I walk in my